Hey guys, I'll just give you an overview about the gameplay. The graphics look stunning and absolutely mesmerizing when you open the game, and when you open the character, the first thing you will come across with your own character staring into you with all of its glory. The detail on the character is absolutely mind-blowing. If you log into the game in the night time, at that time the whole area will be darkened to show you that time. Moving on to the combat, because the combat is one of the most important element of the game. In other MMORPGs, there is one big problem that whenever you activate your skills, then it is a mess on the screen. You are unable to identify what is going on the screen and what are you going to do and how the skills are going to take effect. One of the great things about Order and Chaos Mobile, which is another MMORPG, is that the skill activation, the animation is quite distinct for each of the effects, and you can instantly recognize what is happening on the skill or what is happening on the screen. So here you go. I'll just show you how things work in Black Desert Mobile. So the game has a very genius system that whenever your character is using a skill, then the camera is focused on that character so that you can easily see what is going on the screen. Here it manages the camera into a better view so that you can understand what I'm talking about. The very good thing about this game is that, for example, that in case of a ranger, then you can use long range skill like the bow skills, which are arrows, which are previously activated, and if you are closer to your enemies, then you can activate the kick skills, which are more effective on the enemies that are closer to you. For example, this is one kick skill, and the second one is here. So as you can see, the screen is really minimalistic and there is no more cluttering of elements on the screen. You can easily identify what you're doing, and if you don't have time, then you can just press this button and you can do the auto combat. I'm just moving the camera around so that you can take a better look at how this character is moving. If I don't move the camera around, then it will just move like this. Not only combat, you can do other things in the game as well. For example, you can collect some items, which I will call as farming. It is sort of farming. Then you can cut down trees, harvest some seeds, collect some materials, which you will need for upgrading your base. So there are tons of things that you can do in the game. Let me go into skill menu to show you that the skills are once unlocked at a certain level, and then you are able to upgrade your skills by using the items which are dropped by some monsters and you can get from some other events in the game as well. And in that way you can upgrade your skills and make them stronger. There is also the ultimate skills, as I call them, which are activated by this button over here. And there are 3 types of the skills available for each player. I'll just show you that how they work. Skill number 1, and they have a cooldown timer that is longer than the other skills. So I'm not really sure what the first skill do, but let's move on to the next section of the game, the armor and weapon. In this game there is no heritage weapon like Order and Chaos. Instead you get common to rare weapons that you can get and buy, and you can upgrade those weapons for higher stats. You can purchase these weapons and items from the market as well as a drop from dungeons. And I will tell you one thing, that the red items are the most stronger one, most strong ones, the strongest in the game, and then you need to collect those of items. This is the marketplace where you can sell some items and buy some items as well. The bag in this game is a little bit different. Not only you have a limited number of items that you can carry in your bag, each of the item have their distinct weight as well, and your character can only carry a certain amount of weight it can carry. For example, in case of my bag, right now I already have filled it up about 2059. From 2300 is my limit, but I can upgrade this with the passage of the time. As the storyline goes, you will get new items that you can use to increase your bag limit. Also, there is another storage that is available in your base, which I'll talk about in very short time. There are 2 types of pet system in the game. One of them is the pet you can see over here. This is my cats. You can have other pets as well, and you can buy and get new pets from this menu here. Each of these pets have different stats that it gives you, which are upgradable, and it will allow you to make your character stronger, so you can choose certain pets specific for each classes. There is another type of pet which are mounts. Now mounts are very much different than Order and Chaos. In this game the mounts perform 2 major functions. One of them is acting as your secondary bag. You can put some of your items onto your mount and you can ride it and move anywhere that you want to. In case of the mounts, there is only horse that is available as a mount, and you can buy new mounts from this menu, which is basically, it does not give you any stats, but this is just customization thingy. Anyways, let me show you about the other pet system, that is this ghost type pet, which is upgradable. You upgrade this pet, and the ultimate skills that I show you previously are basically activated by this guy. So right now I have 2 skills that were level 20, which I already can activate right now, and the last skill requires level 50 minimum, which I will I've already upgraded it to level 50. Let's see what the last skill do. Let's just check quickly. There is a cooldown timer. I'll show when the timer is completed. Anyways, let's move on to the base of the game. Now the base of the game is a very important thing because you have two different type of dungeons that you can only access through your base and from this quick menu as well as you will be building. You have different kind of buildings which give you different amount of things and stats, and also there is a building which allows you to, this is the dungeon I was talking about. There are two different type of dungeons in your base. Okay. There is additional storage over here, which in here you can just send your additional items to be carried in your bag. This storage is also upgradable, and to upgrade this storage and other buildings in your base, you need certain items that you need to farm, which you can farm yourself as I showed you previously, or you can send your workers like this. You can send your workers to places to collect them for you. Your base is completely upgradable, and you need, when you upgrade your base, then you will be getting different kind of bonuses. This is the third dungeon over here that you can access. Now these dungeons does not require any friend. You can just play them yourself, by yourself. This building generates some money for you as well after some time. And this is your mount area. Where you can have different mounts as well. Okay. Getting into the town is quite easy. Whenever you are in a combat map, you just need to press this button so you can access the map, and you can extend the map, or you can press this globe button to go anywhere you like, but you need to activate those portals first. Or you can access the world map from here as well. Going into the town is easy. You just need to press this button over here and then press the first button. Then you will immediately go into the town center. Now in the town there are different NPCs from which you can interact and then buy some stuff. Let's get in here. Yeah, from this. Right now I'm inside a town. The easiest way to get into town is to press that wait button, which is over here, and then you will immediately go into the town. In the town, you can see over here that there are different type of NPCs which give you different kind of stuff. For example, this NPC you can purchase potions. some NPCs you can buy weapons and armors. Now the weapon and armor merchant is a little bit different in this case. Wait, let me show you. In this case, in this merchant, you first buy one item and then it will show you another item or weapon or armor which is of same or different rarity. So for example, if I buy this item, then I will unlock, yeah, right, so if I get this money, I am able to buy a rare item. So this depends upon your luck, whether the new item that is unlocked is a good one or a bad one. So it's entirely up to you. Up to you. Okay. Chatting in the game is easy as well. You just need to press this conversation chat icon, small one, and then you can access the chatting menu. Let me go on. Yeah, let me tell you another thing is dailies. There are two types of rewards that you can get. One of them is when you achieve certain level or certain stuff, then you can get some items, or you can do dailies, which is over here. If you perform these mini quests, then you are able to collect these gifts from as a daily rewards. Also, let me talk about the dungeons. Yeah, this is the dungeon menu which you play with your friends or with your guildmates, but I don't have any friends right now because I have not played any dungeon yet, this dungeon yet, so I'm not sure how this works, but hopefully I'll be doing that one soon enough as well. Also, I have not touched the PvP section of this game because right now I'm quite weak and I have not joined guild yet. So this is, I think, for making new guild, and I think this is for joining a guild. Let's just join a new guild right now. Right. So let me just play a quick dungeon for you so that you can understand how the dungeon works. The dungeons are also available from this menu as well. You can directly play from here. But to play the dungeon, you need to be a certain level. For example, as you can see right now, it is red. When it is not red, then it means that you can play that level for your character. But I cannot play the 9, but I can play the level 8 from here. In this type of the dungeon, this one, you need to unlock certain levels. So that first level, then you can go into the higher rarity. You can unlock the higher rarity one. For example, I need to clear level 7 to get to level 8 and level 8 to get to level 9 and so on. Okay, for now this is all. I'll make a new video about the skills and the combat of the game. If you see, I must tell you that for those players who do not have a good mobile, then you can just play this game on lesser settings like this. Yeah, here we go. So those players who do not have a very good mobile can also play this game on low resolution, while those players who have the higher and Android devices can use the higher graphics settings. Well, here you go. A brief overview of the system of the game. One thing I must say is that even if you are not Korean, you can still play this game because the game is really easy to understand and there are tons of stuff to do. The game is almost the content level of this game is simply amazing. So all of you guys should try this game if you can. And do not be afraid of the Korean version, you can just play it without any kind of problem. Thank you very much. So see you around.